Good evening and welcome friends to this Sunday edition of This is Exclusive, in which we are going to focus on two big stories that have panned out through the day. One, of course, a major terror strike in Tel Aviv, the capital of Israel. A Palestinian is said to be behind it and some soldiers feared dead. We are going to focus on that with an exclusive ground report. In fact, our correspondent joining us live from the spot where the terror attack took place. Also, baby Ariha continues to remain in German custody, and despite assurances coming right at the top, with the Prime Minister raising it with the Chancellor Olaf Scholz this week, still no movement happening. We are also going to understand the legal complications that still stop Ariha from being reunited with her parents back home here in India. All that and more. Let me get you the headlines first. As Ariha's parents fight for justice, PM Modi raises baby Ariha's custody with German Chancellor. West Asia on the edge, 35 injured after truck rams into Tel Aviv bus stop.
और पहले कोशिश करेंगे कि हम लोग गठबंधन में रहें। अगर वो गठबंधन में नहीं रखना चाहते हैं तो वहीं पर लड़ेंगे जहां पर हमारी पार्टी को वोट मिलेगा। लेकिन राजनीति में ये समझना चाहिए, त्याग की कोई जगह नहीं है।
As Maharashtra gets battle ready, Akhilesh hints at party going solo in Maharashtra polls. Trouble for MBA. Seer Jagat Guru Ram Bhadrachar says Hindus to consider moving the High Court or even the Supreme Court to press their case in the Gyan Vapi dispute. As Delhi pollution peaks, blame game erupts. BJP questions up steps to rein in pollution. All right, the story under focus. Israel's rescue services said paramedics were treating multiple injured people after a truck slammed into a bus stop north of Tel Aviv this morning. In fact, reports suggest that the truck rammed into a bus which was carrying soldiers, and possibly there are casualties. We are going to get an update on that in a bit. But the Magen David Adom rescue service said 35 were injured, with 6 of those in serious condition. The incident occurred near the headquarters of Israel's Mossad spy agency. Republic was the only global channel live from this spot. Look at this report, then I come back on the other side with Nick reporting live from Tel Aviv.
West Asia continues to be on the boil. A truck rammed into a bus stop at Tel Aviv's Grilot Junction, and on your screens are exclusive visuals of that very truck. This happened in an area that is home to the Mossad headquarters, along with several IDF intelligence units. Republic reached the spot moments after this dastardly attack.
Accident happened in the late morning in Israel, and it happened here behind me. It is a Sunday. This is the first day of the week in Israel, and there are a lot of activity here because soldiers are coming back to their bases after the holiday, after the weekend, and also people going to the work. And here behind me, many people were by the bus that was hit by this, as you can see here behind me, the truck. It's a very big truck, and fortunately, no one of the injured is dead.
Not only that, Mirit Ben Meir, head of the communication of the Israeli police, had an exclusive conversation with none other than Republic TV.
Suddenly this truck just rammed into this bus and injured some tens of people in different conditions. They're now taken care of in different hospitals. We do take this event and we treat it as a terror attack, because all the consequences and the whole picture looks like a terror attack.
At least 35 people have been injured, according to Eli Ben, director of Israel's Magen David Adom Rescue Service. Asi Aharoni, An Israeli police spokesperson told Israeli public broadcaster Khan that the attacker was neutralized, indicating police were indeed suspecting a terror attack.
בזירת הפיגוע באזור גלילות. ככל שאנחנו מבינים, משאית, כפי שאתם רואים שנמצאת מאחוריי, הגיעה, פגעה באוטובוס ובכ-40 נפגעים שפונו מהזירה בדרגות פציעה שונות. אנחנו מתייחסים לאירוע הזה כאירוע פח"ע. זהות המחבל עדיין לא ידועה, ככל הנראה מדובר בערבי ישראלי. כרגע אנחנו יחד עם שירות הביטחון הכללי מנסים לברר את הזהות ולקבל ודאות מוחלטת.
While there remains significant speculation over who is behind this attack, this comes moments after a strong statement by Iran's supreme leader.
خودشون هم البته بزرگنمایی میکنن. بزرگنمایی اونا غلطه. اما توجه داشته باشید کوچک انگاری اون هم غلطه. اینی که ما بگیم نه چیزی نبود، اهمیتی نداشت فلان، اینم غلطه.
As Republic continues its relentless West Asia coverage, the big question remains: when will things return to normal in the Middle East?
Right, Republic's Nick Kolyohin, in fact, spoke exclusively to Mirit Ben Meir, the head of the communications department of the Israeli police. This is the conversation. You should listen in.
What we see behind us is a truck which rammed into a bus. This bus came here around 10 o'clock in the morning to bring some passengers to this spot and to take on it some other passengers. Suddenly this truck just rammed into this bus and injured some tens of people in different conditions. They're now taken care of in different hospitals. We do take this event and we treat it as a terror attack because all the consequences and all the whole picture looks like a terror attack. But we are now under investigation. The Shabak, the Israeli intelligence agency, and also the Israeli police, we are checking the consequences. We're checking who this person was, what his intentions were, and then we will know for sure if it was a terror attack or not.
And what are the consequences in the picture that shows that it was a terror attack?
Well, as I said, when we see a truck ramming quickly into this bus with so many people in this place, there are some military bases around here, even though the people that were injured are not soldiers. But we are used to some this type of terror attacks, ramming attacks, not only during this year but also in this year. So
tell us what happened here behind you.
When we came on the scene, the people told us that the truck crashed into the people that was standing on the bus station and crashed into the bus. Because of that, 6 of the people were trapped under the truck, severely injured. A lot of screaming, a lot of people that needed help.
And tell us about the people, which ages and which injuries.
Most of them was elderly, and some of them severely injured, crushed legs, hands, all this.
And what they were shouting?
Some of them was shouting, some of them was unresponsive.
All right, Nick Kolyohin, in fact, joins us live from Tel Aviv. Very good evening to you. Nick, we are getting some reports that the number of those dead in this terror attack might have increased. What are your reports from the ground there?
Yeah, good evening. That's right. At least one of the Israeli civilians that came down from the bus and were hit by this truck that behind me, at least one of the Israelis is dead, unfortunately, and there are additional about 6 people in severe condition that the Israeli hospitals are fighting for their lives, and about 40 people were injured this is a busy area, especially on Sunday mornings when the soldiers are coming back to probably the biggest army military base here in Israel. It is a secret strategic military base of the Israeli intelligence, the unit, the famous one, the 8,200 is here, and also the headquarters of the Mossad. So it is a very sensitive area that Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis from Yemen trying to target it all the time with drones and missiles. And now a driver of a truck, Israeli citizen, Arab Israeli, was driving here at the morning, and according to the Israeli police and to the Minister of the National Security of Israel, this Arab Israeli driver was a terrorist, and his intention was to kill as much as possible people, Israelis, and it is coming just one day after Israel attacked Iran. So probably there is some connection between those two accidents, and now the police trying to investigate and to understand better the motives of the terrorist and maybe who else helped him to choose this place, this hour, and how he reached this place. And it's a kind of success for him because 40 people are injured and the one is dead. So unfortunately, it's a tragic moment.
Yeah, of course, terror attack. So what we can say for sure, Nick, is that this is a terror attack, and the person who carried out this terror attack happens to be a Palestinian, that a military target was chosen, and the soldiers were in the bus, and that's when they were passing through this particular area, they were hit, and the investigation and the agencies are looking into the possible connections of this terror attack with the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, and possibly all ropes going back to Iran. Am I right?
According to the police, the people that stepped down from the bus are not, most of them are not soldiers, but they were next to this military base because there's here a museum, and also today there are ceremonies across Israel and also here to commemorate 1 year to the 7th of October terror attack. And some of the people that were on the bus also came to the base because they are soldiers. And I think that the terrorists wanted to hit as much as possible soldiers, but it happens to be that more civilians were on this specific bus. And now the Israeli police and Shabak, the intelligence force of Israel, a special unit, they are trying to understand better how he succeeded to do this terror attack and who helped him, and especially who chose this location and knew about this specific day and hour that it is better for him to arrive here, because a lot of people are coming to the base on this hour and day.
Right. And before I let you go, Nick, final question. Is the identity of the attacker established, and do we know something about that?
Yeah, he's in his 30s, about 40 years old, Israeli, Arab, from, I think, a village called Kalansua. It's close to here. All the country of Israel is tiny one, so Arabs, Israelis, and Palestinians all living on the same piece of land. So this person is an Arab Israeli. He's not Palestinian, but they are very close in their roots because before the establishment of Israel, the Arabs and Palestinians actually were the same people, but after the War of Independence in Israel, some of the Arabs found themselves in the country of Israel, of the Jews, and they became to be an Arab Israelis, and the others who are not in Israel now considered to be Palestinians. And that's why they are sometimes sympathize more the Palestinians and more the Arab world than the Israelis, and that's why, unfortunately, some of the terror attackers in Israel are actually the citizens of Israel, but they are more consider themselves to be Palestinians, and they are consider themselves working for the Palestinian cause, although they are Israelis. That's their citizenship.
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. Thank you so much with those updates and all the perspective that you have provided. Obviously, the tense situation there, the region, of course, remains on edge. Thank you so much again for joining us.